Hello and welcome back to Mirror Interpretation to Drova. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ioana and I am an interpreter and I'm happy to have you here. Thank you for watching this video. Before I start, I'd like to share, if you are Spanish-English medical interpreter and you like to get a class Spanish-English bilingual medical terminology, you can click on the link below and find the training of 3 hours and a half approximately with a test and certificate that you can download all online for $47. If you are linguist, polyglot, interpreter, translator, and you like to take part of my community, you can subscribe and become a member for $7.99, where you can see videos, bilingual medical terminology videos that I create to exercise and get ready for my work. Then you can get one video talking about different topics and requests, and live amount where I address all your questions. This is for $7.99, and if you do particularly like a video that I create or share, you can click on the thanks button and thank me personally. Said that, today we are going to talk about job market again, and I did print this job for the Russian language that I find on Indeed. I'm just gonna cover the information and I want to show you. I just printed, and the reason why is because I would like to comment on this job description and details and talk about my interview with company called 3 Point Recruiting. All right, let's start with the job details. I have printed them over here. And also our conversation. I printed because it's a really very detailed job description. As you can see, I'm gonna read it for you. Russian speaking part-time activities coordinator. We are looking for personable Russian-speaking activity coordinator to join our team at a reputable long-term care facility. Long-term care facility is older people houses where you could see people being sick, dying. I don't know if you guys ever been in those environments. Just get an idea. Older people that wear diapers, that are sick, that are lonely, that are just in those facilities. Part-time, 18 hours a week. Summary. Assist in the planning, developing, organizing, implementing, evaluating, directing activity programs according with the current existing federal, state, and local standards, as well as our established policy procedures to assure that the spiritual development, emotional, recreational, and social needs of the elders are met, maintained on an individual basis. So I know this sounds a little bit too much and nothing, but let me tell you, this is requesting you to do a personalized service. Planning, developing, organizing, and implementing programs. What kind of programs? What you gotta plan? It does not say. But existing federal, state, and local standard. What this means? This means that you are going to, for example, I'm gonna give you example because I do this on the phone and I know what this means, but reading this, it doesn't tell you exactly what you're gonna do. It's just very general. And the reason why it's such a mess is because they prefer you don't know what the job is about. This means that you will eventually call the pharmacy if some medicines are not delivered. Renewal plans for Medicare, Medicaid, you're gonna fill the documents. Transportation to the doctor and back, you're gonna fill all this. Personal needs in this case will include anything related to appointments with the doctor, medicine, allergies, all of these things that are taking place in an older person's life. But instead of having different organization, they will have you in charge with all those responsibilities: renewal plans, medication, new reactions to medicine, calling the pharmacy, delivering the medicine, all of this you do at one. Essential duties and responsibility including the followings, and other duties may be suggested: assist in planning, developing, organizing, implementing, evaluating, documenting, and directing the activity programs of this community. Activity programs can include different games that older people play, activities, lunch, I don't know, sport, whatever is it, you organize all this alone or with other people that will eventually stress you doing this. Developing and maintaining good working rapport with the interdisciplinary departments within the community, outside of the community health, welfare, social agencies, to assist that activity programs can be properly maintained to meet the needs of elders and governmental regulations. Once again, this is a big mess, doesn't tell you much, but I will tell you what this means you have to do. You have to write all the reports for the elderly, for the transportation, medical facility, doctor's appointment, whatever the older people do, you write it down, and you write down their complaints, whatever situations happen. It's like you're in charge of everything, okay? Monitor expenditures with receipt to ensure departmental budget gatory compliance. Not only, but you're going to be responsible on the financial part of receiving certain services. Receipts, it means you are responsible for that. Services on various commitment with the community as requested. Could mean anything, it doesn't say anything. Obtains information from the elder family in planning their specific activity. Hobbiting, craft, outdoor exercise, via care conferences as requested. Which mean to fill the questionnaires. Calling the brother, the sister, the mother, the daughter, asking about this person. Also, a lot of those people have many health problem issues. That's why they're in those facilities, because they're unable to do things alone, and you have to, they're suffering depression and a lot of other mental health problems. So you do this, filling the questionnaire, writing down. Respects elder financial situation when providing opportunities and materials for programming. Not only, but you have to know all this person's financial possibility, if they're taking social security, how much they can afford, in order to provide their specific fun activities if you want to. So you have to have a huge amount of information memorized for each of those persons in order not to cross a boundary there and offer something that they can't afford. Conducts initial and periodic activity assessment to gather information regarding residents' life history, preference, needs, and other more individual activities. They don't tell you, but you gotta fill the questionnaires, Medicaid, Medicare. This is a lot of work, guys. I'm not talking about one simple question. You have to know to perfection medical terminology here. Within electronic medical record system, maintain activity progress note, attendances activity, interdisciplinary notes to support elder well-being beyond the activities department. Creates and maintain an atmosphere with warm personal interest and possible empathy, as well as joyful environment. Complies with maintains activity schedule, monthly calendar, available projects, craft resources. Makes routine visit to elder and facilities individualized needs for activities. This means to go with elder, to do something, to play cards or whatsoever they do. Reviews complaints and grievances and make necessary oral written reports to administrator. Complaints she cooked too much, the smoke is coming. This is not a pleasant job. This is like being a manager at this facility and adding a language on top of that. Recommends needed resources for elder activity needs, supervising and recommending. Hosts a facility group activities such as movies, parties, religious services, and game opportunities for residents. Hosts mean you organize all of these. Movies, parties, religious. And you have to be involved in the religious. Imagine you're not a religious person and you have to go and pray with those people. Maintains a current activity schedule for each residence, update AMR documentation accordingly. They all have special schedule for medicines and health and separating the medicines in boxes and they're simple. This is a lot of work. Facilitates elders' various needs with respect to the service and well-being, such as running errands, making appointments, providing liability service. Running errands mean buying grocery, could mean getting them appointments with a doctor, getting transportation, getting an interpreter, taking care of all of that. Participate in administration process and discharge planning with interdisciplinary collaboration and meaning elders need. If somebody misbehave, you understand this? Assist in telecommunication and technological needs of elders. Help them call, video call, and all this. Assist elders in their transport. I already told you. Organizing wheelchair activities, outdoor qualifications, getting them to the car. And I'm not talking about one person. I'm talking about group of people. With a second language on the top of that. Assist elders in their transport, okay. To perform this job successfully, and you must be able to perform each essential duty satisfactorily. The requirements listed below are knowledge, skills, ability, requests. Reasonable accommodation will be available and individuals with disabilities to perform the essential function. So you also help people with disabilities, education expenses, high school diploma, and 3 years of related experience. So this is more like a being this home care aide or something like being a special medical aide with a language, with a Russian language on the top of that. Medical responsibility, planning, and all of this is a lot of activity. So I sent my resume. I said, this is interesting. It's part-time. I already have part-time. Why not let me give it a try? Michele responded to me on July 12 and tell me they're out of the office. When can we schedule? And I said, okay, we can schedule. And we scheduled the call for, I sent my resume and we scheduled the call for the 13th of July at 4 p.m. He asked me to provide the phone number, and of course I did provide it. He said, thank you very much. I'm gonna give you a call at between 3 and 4 p.m. on the 13th, which was a few days ago. And instead of that, I received a call at 10 a.m. on the 13th. It was not from this person, it was another person. I said, hello, this is 3 Point Recruiting. I said, can you tell me a little bit more about the position? I applied to several with Russian language. Well, we don't know, we're a recruiting company. I said, okay, do you have something with languages? She said, oh yeah, it's this one. I don't know why it was another person. It seemed it was like a direct job. And then suddenly I discovered that it was an agency. I said, okay, no problem. And I asked a little bit immediately about the role. As you can see, it was very general. So instead of telling me what actually is expected from me to do, well, we're expecting you to plan, develop, organize, implement, evaluate directly activity programs according with these current federal, state, and local standards. She just read that to me. Which to me meant that this person who was recruiting, she doesn't know exactly what I have to do. And she didn't know how much would this job cost. She said, oh, this is a part-time job. I said, okay, fine, that sounds like a good with me, from 1 to 4, which is 3 hours every day. And it's going to be 5 days per 3 hours. It's going to be total of 18 hours. And this happens in Aurora, Colorado, which means that you have to drive to there and back every day. You drive there, you gotta be there at 1, and at 4 you're free and drive back, which means you have to drive in the highest traffic hours before lunch and between 4 and 5 p.m. when there is a bunch of traffic happening. Oh, and the lady was like, oh, you know these people that melt? Oh, Joanna, I like to talk to you. So I said, okay, ma'am, I had an appointment actually at 4. Why do you call me right now? It's 10 a.m. She's like, well, oh, she didn't even apologize. I said, okay, if you want to do this right now, let's do it. She also called to my work line, not to my cell phone. I said, okay, let's do it. We did it. And she was trying to be like this perfect, sweet person, and this always a red flag for me. Too kind. It was too melting down like a butter under the sun. I don't like this type of people. And then she talked about that we gotta go, and I said, okay, that's fine. And nothing about the money. She continued melting around, and then I said, okay, ma'am, can you just tell me how much you guys pay and what benefits you offer? Oh yeah, for sure. We are offering between $15 and $18 an hour. How that sounds to you? I said, that sounds very bad, ma'am, to me. That sounds like a no to me. I was like absolutely out of emotion. I just said, you know what, ma'am? First of all, to go there, do you know that the gas is $5 a gallon right now? My car have a great gas mileage, but either way, I have to still spend $25 to go there and to come back. And I'm in Denver, and I'm not very far from Aurora, so um, that would have been $45 for these 3 hours a day, 25 of which would have went for gas, and I would have uh, $20 left as a profit if I don't eat. Because you still have to eat, and if you go to eat as cheap as you are, you can finish the money in eating, and there would be a $0, just you wasting, my apology, your time to go there and to work. Let's not talk all about the mental stress and the physical stress and all the responsibility that they want you to do. And I tell her, ma'am, with all the respect, I don't know if you know, but the bilingual positions to drive to somewhere, even just to only interpret, not to do all these things that you ask me to do, is start from $35 minimum hourly. And also they pay you for gas. Did you know that? And she went blank. And I said, this sound to me like taking advantage from someone. You can look for somebody with high school education that doesn't know how much the work costs and try to take advantage of them. But I think it's shameful to even offer this, having in mind that this is a recruiter. I told her, I noticed that this position is quite some time online, and I'm guessing that it's hard to find somebody at that level to take advantage of them, because the matter of the fact is that if you're going to recruit for this position, you have to know how much the job costs. So maybe you are lucky or bad enough to find someone that doesn't know the value of the work and try to do this. But while she was trying, no, but she was trying to melt down and give me some very ridiculous explaining of that. I said, ma'am, this is just shameful. To me, it's just, I just wanted to hang up the phone on her the moment she said this money. But the matter of the fact is that they are people that will sell themselves for this amount. When you receive such an offer, I want you to know that the cleaning lady is taking between $35 and $45 an hour. Cleaning lady that doesn't speak English and Russian, that speak just one language, Spanish. So if you think that the work of your value is less than that, please go ahead. That was the Russian-speaking part-time by company 3-Point Recruiting, looking for someone that speaks Russian and will provide all those services. Also, having in mind the inflation and how much the prices have raised, I would not address you to agree to provide services for $15 or $18 at this level with that much requirement. But that was my interview, guys. That was my experience getting the job and the offer that I received. I don't know how people think, but if there is such a arrogant people that will offer you this shameful payment, I'm guessing they are people who agree to those money. Otherwise, the market would raise. Well, said that, I hope you are not that naive to take this position, guys. I hope this video was useful for you. This is what is happening on the language market right now here in Denver, Colorado, having in mind that one bedroom, one bath costs between $1,500 and $2,500. I don't know how someone can do this or agree to do this for this amount, but you're free. You are driving the boat of your life, the car of your trip. So that was my commenting on this one. That was my experience. That was me sharing. If you're looking for between $15 and $18 paid job because you're bored of your life, maybe you're a very rich lady and you just have nothing to do and you want to do this, it's called 3-point recruiting. Russian speaking activity coordinator. You can apply for this position if you are in Denver, Colorado. Thank you for being here and have a good day. Bye-bye.